Hello and welcome to another Modern Toy Fair Let's Pose, where I show you how to pose action figures like I do in the photos you see at the end of my reviews. Today I'm going to be showing you how to hit some poses with the Marvel Legends Juggernaut figure. As always, please make sure to let me know in the comments below what figures you'd like to see me pose next. I'm slowly trying to wither away at the list that I've built up over the past several weeks. And of course, make sure to check out my other Let's Pose videos, like the most recent one with the Marvel Legends Captain America that I will have linked at the end of this video. But that's enough chitter chatter, let's go ahead and get at her. Alright, so the number one thing you want to keep in mind is with these bigger figures, they are a little harder to articulate because of how massive they are and the limitations of their joints. But first we're going to get Juggernaut in a couple different running poses. Just because when you think of Juggernaut, that's what you imagine. He's, the unstoppable Juggernaut. He's always running at something head first, trying to break through it. So we're going to get both arms at a little bit of a bend at the elbow. We're going to have the left one pulled back, right one pulled forward. We're going to twist the waist. We're going to bring the left leg straight out. Right leg, we're going to get bent there. And then we're going to twist the waist a little bit more. And the biggest thing is finding the balance. So you need to twist this ankle to find that kind of center of gravity. And like that, now he is running forward at you. And turn this side here so you can get a little better idea. You can also raise him up a little bit if you want to actually be seeing where he's going, which is always an option. So we'll bring this back here and boom. You've got that forward motion with the right shoulder down a little bit. You've got the left arm swinging back. You've got the left leg straight down, right leg swinging back, full running pose. Now, an alternate option for this is very big with Juggernaut, where he's just full force sprinting, no arms. You've just swinging in the air. You've got him pulled back behind him. So we're going to put those back there. We're going to keep the wrists and everything and the elbows bent to keep it kind of in that like more power pose. And then we're going to raise him up a little bit like that. Maybe twist the waist just a little bit to straighten him out. And boom, now he is just full force sprinting, ready to ram headfirst into anything in his path. So yeah, you got again, legs stayed the same. Only change I really made was adjusting the arms and the way that he's twisted. Now we're going to switch out some hands, which is also a bit of a pain because these bigger figures, the pegs aren't quite as easy to switch out as the smaller figures. So, well, like that. As you can see, randomly the left one decided to shoot out while I was just trying to bend the arm back. So give me 1 second to find that. And here we go. Pop that back on there because we don't want to get rid of that one just yet. Okay, right there. And then we're going to straighten this arm out. And then we're going to take off this hand to switch it out. Like so. So the next pose we're going to do, Juggernaut's a big boy. And he's very imposing, so we're going to have him holding someone up by their arm. And realistically, you could probably even do if the figure's small enough, you hold them up by their head or something like that. But for now, we're going to use good old Jon Favreau here. And we're going to have him just dangling by his arm, Juggernaut lifting him in the air, and him just kind of having a stare off. Bring the head down a little bit like that. And easy peasy, just nice static pose, arm extended. We've got him holding on to Jon Favreau's arm here. Honestly, we could probably even tilt this a little more, make it look he's dangling like that. And it just kind of makes him look very imposing compared to the other figures on your shelf. It's definitely an option that you can use. If we want to move him out, let's get another pose here. This time we're going to have him like he's kind of swiping at somebody. So he's chasing him down, trying to grab him. So we're going to get his other alternative hand, which is a more open palm hand. So we're going to have that straight out like he's reaching. We're going to twist the waist. We're going to get the other arm kind of back a little bit and leave it bent. And we're going to just get the legs a little bit bent and spread apart here. Get the left leg bent and the right leg will be straight. And twist the head. And have him leaning down just a smidgen, because everyone is usually smaller than the Juggernaut. And like that. Now you have... Well, if I can get Jon Favreau to crop right here and stand, maybe. Come on. There we go. Now it looks like he is reaching out, trying to just snatch up Jon Favreau. So it's like, again, with the bigger figures, you're kind of limited in what you can do. I will say I did have to look up some source material just because Juggernaut doesn't have a lot of signature poses outside of just running and smashing things. So let's get the fist back on here and we'll have him throwing a punch. So I feel like that's, pretty standard across the board for everyone. So the legs, you don't really need to adjust those too much. You're going to leave the right leg straight, left leg a little bent. Adjust the ankles to get him to have that kind of nice little balance there. You're going to have the right arm curved inward, wrist as well bent inward. The waist is twisted. You get that full torque of motion. You got the left arm. You can extend the left arm back further if you want, but you don't need to. And like that, now you've just got Juggernaut punching through a wall, a person, you name it. The sky's the limits. Again, left arm, you can just kind of leave back, and you can move it back further if you want, and even switch out the hand with fist if you want. All right, so we are going to try to hit the superhero landing. It's going to be harder because his knees don't bend as well, so he doesn't have, and his legs don't spread as well either because he's got them thick thighs. So we're going to have the left arm super far back. We're going to basically twist him almost all the way around. We're going to get that fist kind of centered on the ground. Now the big thing is, no matter how much you spread out his legs, you are going to basically have to balance him on his toes. Because he can't quite curl enough to make it work. So you can make it, he can hit it, but it's not perfect. And here's a better idea. You can see, one leg's bent, one straight, like most of the poses we've been doing. And you just kind of have him lean forward, resting on that fist. So it's an option. It's not the best option in my opinion. But if you want to have him hitting that, punching the ground, it is there. And let's go. I guess we can just make him flex a little bit. I mean, he's a big, beefy boy with some big, beefy muscles. So let me get these stupid arms in place. There we go. Sorry, the fists do not like to work with me when I try to put them on and bend them. So we're going to get the legs a little bit spread out, but not too much. A little bit bent. And we might need to straighten out. There we go. And I'll need to straighten out this left leg. I don't like how bent that is. Oh, now I went too far. Again, these bigger figures are a pain, but you can definitely get some poses out of them. So here we go. You've got just both arms, curled inward, but bent at the elbow and at the wrist. You've got the legs spread apart and feet flat on the ground. You got him kind of hunched over a little bit, head tilted forward so he can look forward at you while he's just flexing on you. So this one would be a great one to have like on your shelf, honestly. I can't imagine you're going to have him flexing on the X-Men in pictures. But hey, creativity, do what you want. That's the kind of way you get the best out of everything. Let's do, because this is a simple transition, just him kind of casually walking. Because, again, I looked up source material. There's not a lot of options. But I love the Juggernaut. He's one of my favorite X-Men characters. So here we go, real simple one. Shoulders twisted again. You've got the right leg out a little bit. Left leg behind it, bent a little bit more, balancing on that toe and on the flat foot there. And then you've got the waist twisted just enough to give him that forward motion. He's leaned kind of forward. Both arms are still kind of bent, but not at the full 90 degrees. And it just kind of gives him the look like he's walking towards someone, ready to start punching. And this last one I'm going to do is going to be just him throwing something. Because I feel like that's really where we're at. I've kind of run out of options, so we're going to have him throwing something. I haven't decided what yet, but we're going to get the flat hand to use as his like aiming hand. He's, framing what he wants to throw it at. And we're going to arch the back, get the legs spread out. We're going to put this other arm as far back as we can get it. I'm going to have to switch out that hand though. And then, yeah, right leg is mostly straight, left leg's a little bent. Kind of get him that stretched out look. And switch out with this hand, which you could probably put like a rock or even have a person in it or something. Let me fix some things here. So here you go. So here he is in a situation where he'd be throwing something. We're going to give him this nice little cinder block from, oh man, I don't know what, like Lucha Underground, I think is the series that's from. I can't remember. But like that, just back a little bit. There we go. Oh, and I lost the cinder block. Hold on. So we're going to twist the back a little bit. We're going to get this back in here, hopefully in a better situation. Does not fit very well, but not gonna lie, I did not plan this far ahead. There we go. So again, legs spread out, one kind of stretched out, the other one bent inward. Got the arch of the back because he's pulling back, winding up for the pitch. You've got the other arm spread out, framing the shot, and then the other arm pulled back, ready to throw that cinder block. But that's going to be it for this week's Let's Pose. Again, let me know in the comments below what figures you'd like to see me go through and pose next. Of course, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair to see all the pictures that you would see at the end of the reviews that I do every week. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Helps us out here on the channel and also gets you a lot more toy-related content. We've got reviews on Mondays, Let's Pose on Tuesdays, the replay of our weekly Twitch stream on Wednesdays, and we have our podcast on Fridays. So make sure to check all those out. Also, if you want to join us live, Wednesday nights, 10 p.m.-ish Eastern Time, over on twitch.tv/Modern Toy Fair, where we go over our weekly purchases on OnlyFigs. And also make sure to click on the link here on the screen to watch last week's Let's Pose, where I go through and pose the Marvel Legends 20th anniversary Captain America. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully see you next week. Same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.